Hi, I'm Chris Haigh and this is the Fiddle channel, and today I'm going to show you a tune called the Cajun Fiddle. This is a tune requested by Don Fraser, and I have to admit he asked for it quite a long time ago. It's taken me a while to get round to it, but when I finally checked this out, it's a great tune and it contains in it all of the basics that you need to play other tunes like this, because basically it's all the kind of Cajun cliches, and they may be cliches but they're very useful ones. So any song that has this kind of Cajun Shuffle feel, you're going to be able to use a lot of the ideas in this song. So it was written by Don Rich and the Buckaroos. Don Rich was the fiddle player with the Buckaroos, who were the backing band for Buck Owens, who was a country singer. They made an instrumental album called That Fiddlin' Man in 1971, and this is the tune that Don Rich wrote for that album. So first of all, I'm going to run through the whole tune quite slowly, and then I'll break down some of the techniques used in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Let's start by looking at the intro. So it's played at the heel and each of the notes is kind of punched. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I'm lifting off each time. All separate, no slurs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you can add an open A drone to the first two notes and a open E drone to the last three notes. This is a very common way to start. Even though most of it is quite smooth, this is definitely a kind of a punch thing. And another way of playing the same kind of intro would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So playing the first three notes the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then it's into the shuffle. So most of this song is based on what is often called the Nashville Shuffle, and that is long, short, short, long, short, short, and we're alternating between the longs on the down bow and on the up bow. So at its simplest form, if you're not familiar with this, then start it really slow and gradually speed it up, like that. And I do have a video all about the Nashville Shuffle, which you will find useful if you're not familiar with it. In the Cajun Shuffle, which is closely related to the Nashville Shuffle, instead of having a long and two shorts, you have 8 even notes, but you slur the first two notes in the same way as if you were doing da 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 da. So we're doing. So if C sharp is the melody note, then the next note down in the scale is the one we're going to start with, which is a B. And very often when this comes, it will be repeated 4 times, and the 4th time we'll have a little bit more movement. So something like that. So it'll either move towards the next chord or have some kind of movement. Or it could be, for example, or that kind of thing. So 3 repeats and then a movement. For most chords, the melody note that you're going to play is a third above the key of the chord. So if you're playing in A chord, then the C sharp is going to be the note that you're going to shuffle on, and you're going to use that B. If you're on a D, then the third is the F sharp, so you're going to go. If you're on an E chord, then the third is the G sharp. So using this simple formula, it's easy to work out any other chord. So a G, the third is going to be the B. If you're on a C chord, then the note is going to be an E. If you're on an F chord, then the third is going to be the A. So just using this simple pattern, you can work out the Cajun Shuffle for any chord or any key. Now, the other thing you need to do to this shuffle pattern is to find an open string drone either above or below. And usually this is easy to find. So for the one we've been doing, the A chord, the E above it works nicely. For a D, then obviously you don't have a higher one, but the next note down, which is the open A. Sometimes there'll be a chord for which there isn't an open string drone. So for example, if you're doing an E chord, that's one possibility, which we don't like. Oh, we don't like that either. But what we can do is put a first finger on the A string, and that works just fine. And whatever key you're in, whatever chord you're on, there will be some alternative, if not of an open string, then of a finger. And it's just a matter of experience and 25 years practice, and you'll be able to instantly find any drone or open string that you need to match a particular chord. Often if the melody note that you're playing is a third finger, like high A, then first, second, third in a little triplet gives that Cajun feel. And these are, of course, as I said, Cajun cliches, and they do belong in Cajun music, but if you listen to a proper Cajun player, they're not going to drown their playing in these cliches. And the ornamentation is in fact quite a lot more complex and interesting. But we're not Cajun specialists, or at least most of us not. So the best we can do is to try and make it recognisably Cajun, and that's what these techniques do. This Cajun Shuffle is something you can use in any Cajun song in 2/4 or 4/4, and you can even use it in a lot of country songs that don't have very much to do with Cajun. If they work on the Nashville Shuffle, they'll also work with the Cajun Shuffle. I'll play you out with one through with some backing. If you'd like a copy of the dots, then do subscribe, send me an email, and I'll be happy to send them to you. See you again soon.